Then in the summer of 2011, ICE announced that Crete would be the winner of the proposal. Kankakee County Sheriff's Department, they put in for it, they lost out to Crete, and it kind of doesn't make sense because Crete does not have a jail and does not have a large police force. So Kankakee County Jail does already have the facilities, so it's odd that Crete got it and Kankakee County didn't. And they're kind of annoyed at that, for valid reason. So the concept proposal that is being worked on is a 750-bed, male and female, primarily medium security with some high security beds, serving the tri-state area. Most detainees will be deported, but some will be released into the community with that notice to appear in hearing at a future date. ICE has been, at least since December, working on drafting what's called an intergovernmental agreement. That's the agreement that's between two agencies, and in this case, the agencies will be ICE, the federal agency, and Crete, a municipality. The contract is between CCA and the village of Crete for the buying of the land, the building of the facility, and the running of the facility. So there's going to be two contracts. And that's where a lot of people seem to be getting confused. They think CCA and ICE will have a contract between the two of them, and it's not. It's ICE, Crete, CCA. So you got Crete as a middleman in there. Now the location is south of Hartman Drive, south of the Pico Power Plant, right off of Burville, south of Burville, and east of Route 1. So right now it's currently farmland, and this is where they want to put a 750-bed detention facility. Now, Crete and not ICE will be the one responsible for determining any emergency response plan, which leads to some concerns which we'll get into in the next section. ICE's decision to allow for private, for-profit companies like CCA, and there's other ones out there besides CCA, to run the immigration detention centers is a policy decision. It's not a law, it wasn't passed by Congress, it's a decision made by the current administration, the Obama White House. Now, ICE's decision to pick Crete for a medium security detention center is also a policy decision. It's not a law, it's a policy decision. Policy decisions are made every day in the federal government, and policies change constantly in the federal government. Since both of these decisions that are leading to the situation we're finding ourselves in is a policy decision, they can be undone with the stroke of a pen. But that's only going to happen if this administration hears our call for them to change the policies. Thank you.
The next speaker will be Bernie Copera, and he's going to give you a summary of the conversations with the elected officials.
Hey, good evening, everybody. It's great to see you all here. I could not wait, frankly, for this town hall, the second town hall meeting of ours. I wanted it a lot sooner, but finding a venue and everything like that, just the logistics was a bigger problem than we thought it was going to be. But I'm glad we got a bigger place today that's almost full, which looks great. Anyway, I want to bring everyone up to date on the conversations we have had with elected officials and their staff members, and conversations we have learned in the village of Crete, CCA, and ICE have had. All of the information I will present came from conversations with elected officials themselves or their staff members. I'm beginning with early this year and getting to February because this month has been busy with phone calls and a lot of meetings. I do this to let you know that contacts between Crete, CCA, and ICE have been going on, and they will continue to go on until there's no need for them to go on. First of all, on January 11th, Jill Hornick went to the Crete Township meeting and asked the leaders there if they would draft a letter to the village of Crete officials on our behalf, the concerned citizens of Crete, that we are against the detention center, and they refused to do that. Just going to give you a whole scenario of events that have happened, and you can just take them on, face value. On February 2nd or 3rd, ICE contacted the village of Crete and asked, what is the village's outreach plan? Bill Houlihan, a key staff member in Senator Durbin's office, informed several of us of this at a meeting in a Crete home on February 7th. I asked Bill if this meant that the village was asked to begin a sales or propaganda campaign, and Bill said yes. Evidently, the village responded that it did not have enough information to do so. On February 9th, CCA and Bill Houlihan had a meeting. Present at this meeting with Bill were CCA head of real estate development and the vice president of operations for CCA. And this was held in the Chicago area. CCA informed Bill that it had also hired a government affairs officer to be a liaison between with the governments that they're going to deal with, Crete Village and ICE. This person would serve as a liaison between CCA and the government CCA works with, a person who understands both sides. Bill said that he expressed concerns about CCA's record and that the CCA representatives would get back to him on his questions. And we're going to hear more about CCA's record as this evening goes on. While the CCA representatives were in town, they also met with Will County President Larry Walsh and with representatives of labor before returning home on February 10th. On February 13th, a core group of us concerned citizens met with leaders of several groups. The Sisters of Mercy from Chicago, the Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee, Rights from Joliet, the Jewish Council on Urban Affairs from Chicago, and other groups. These groups want to work with you in any way and in every way. They are considering organizing a large rally in downtown Chicago at Federal Plaza to bring publicity and pressure for the Crete Detention Center issue. They also have established relationships with elected officials and can lobby them. They've been lobbying on this issue for a long time, and they've got a lot of contacts, and they can be a big help to us. They can bring people to rallies we have in Crete. They can help in many ways, and they want to help you. Also on February 13th, that evening at the village trustee meeting, I wasn't there, I didn't hear this directly, but evidently there were a lot of questions for the trustees and the mayor and Administrator Durkin about the detention center. And basically the mayor said that he and the trustees are going to make the final decision based on the information they get. On February 21st, our core group met with Jesse Jackson Jr., the congressman. He said that he is absolutely opposed to the detention center. He has issued strongly worded press releases with that message. He has been in communication and meetings with ICE. ICE has agreed to have a town hall meeting in Crete after the primary election. This meeting will be planned with the congressman's office and ICE. We, the concerned citizens, will be closely involved. I think some people tried to contact Congressman Kinsinger's office, but there's been no response. You know, he's the congressman who currently is the congressman for this congressional district. I know yesterday evening the Crete trustees met, and from what I understand, an hour of the time was spent on the Crete Detention Center, and basically there was no new information that came out. But I understand that one of the trustees' relatives sent a letter opposing the Crete Detention Center from being built. That trustee did not appear at the trustees' meeting last night. In early March, now this is going to be March 9th or later, our core group is going to meet with Senator Durbin personally. Now, I asked Bill Houlihan at that meeting on February 7th, you know, where does Senator Durbin stand? Right now, he's undecided on the Crete Detention Center.